Investment Decision Analysis. LOS H. Evaluate and recommend strategic investments based on DCF analysis, NPV and IRR. Net present value, NPV, measures the difference between the present value of expected future cash inflows and the present value of cash outflows, discounted at the firm's cost of capital. A positive NPV indicates that the investment is expected to create shareholder value and increase firm wealth. When comparing mutually exclusive projects, the one with the highest positive NPV is generally preferred because it maximizes value creation. Internal rate of return, IRR, is the discount rate that makes the NPV equal to 0. It represents the project's expected rate of return. A project is acceptable if its IRR exceeds the firm's required rate of return. However, IRR may produce misleading rankings in cases of unconventional cash flows or mutually exclusive projects. Recommendations should prioritize NPV as the primary decision criterion, while using IRR as a supplementary measure. Analysts must interpret results in light of strategic alignment, risk, and capital constraints to ensure investment decisions enhance long-term competitive advantage. LOS I. Define product lifecycle, explain its 4 stages, and discuss pricing implications. The product lifecycle, PLC, describes the stages a product passes through from introduction to decline. The 4 stages are introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Each stage is characterized by distinct sales patterns, competitive intensity, cost structures, and strategic priorities. During the introduction stage, sales are low and marketing costs are high. Firms may use penetration pricing to gain market share or skimming pricing to recover development costs. In the growth stage, demand increases rapidly, and pricing strategies may aim to balance expansion and profitability. In the maturity stage, competition intensifies and price pressure increases, often requiring cost control and promotional strategies. In the decline stage, firms may reduce prices to clear inventory, focus on niche segments, harvest profits, or discontinue the product. LOS J. Identify and explain alternative approaches to dealing with risk in capital budgeting. Sensitivity analysis examines how changes in a single variable, such as sales volume, cost estimates, or discount rate, affect project outcomes like NPV. It identifies critical assumptions and highlights variables that most influence project risk, allowing managers to assess vulnerability. Scenario analysis evaluates the combined impact of changes in multiple variables by developing best case, base case, and worst case scenarios. This approach provides a broader understanding of potential outcomes under different economic or competitive conditions. Monte Carlo simulation uses probability distributions for key variables and runs numerous simulations to generate a range of possible NPVs. This method offers a more comprehensive assessment of risk by quantifying the probability of different outcomes rather than relying on single-point estimates. LOS K. Demonstrate understanding of real options and identify types of real options. Real options refer to the strategic flexibility embedded in investment decisions, allowing managers to adapt actions in response to uncertainty. Unlike traditional DCF analysis, real options recognize that managers can modify, delay, expand, or abandon projects based on evolving information. An abandon option allows a firm to terminate a project and recover residual value if conditions deteriorate. A delay, or timing, option permits postponement of investment until uncertainty is resolved or market conditions improve. An expand option enables scaling up operations if demand exceeds expectations, while a scale-back option allows reduction of capacity if performance disappoints. Recognizing real options enhances strategic decision-making by valuing managerial flexibility under uncertainty. Scenario planning. LOS L. Define scenario planning and explain how this tool can be used to model alternative outcomes given forecasting uncertainty. Scenario planning is a strategic planning tool used to evaluate multiple plausible future environments by constructing detailed, internally consistent narratives about how key uncertainties may unfold. Rather than predicting a single outcome, scenario planning recognizes that long-term forecasting is inherently uncertain. It identifies critical drivers of change, such as economic conditions, technological shifts, regulatory developments, and competitive responses, and develops alternative scenarios, e.g., optimistic, pessimistic, and most likely cases, to test the robustness of strategies. Scenario planning enhances decision-making by allowing managers to assess how strategic initiatives perform under different environmental conditions. By modeling variations in revenue growth, cost structures, market demand, or capital availability, organizations can estimate potential impacts on cash flows, profitability, and financial stability. This approach encourages proactive thinking and prepares firms to adapt quickly if actual conditions resemble a particular scenario. Unlike simple sensitivity analysis, scenario planning considers the interaction of multiple variables simultaneously and incorporates qualitative strategic factors. It helps organizations identify leading indicators, contingency plans, and early warning signals. By stress testing strategies across diverse futures, scenario planning improves resilience, reduces surprise risk, and supports more flexible and sustainable long-term strategic performance.